people have decided to stay working from home, or maybe they have on a hybrid schedule where some days they're home, some days they're in the office. So now with this new stage of the pandemic, there are some tools that will really help you wherever you're working. So let's take a look at this interview I did recently.
It's been nearly a year and a half since coronavirus forced thousands of workers from offices to their homes. And now, even while some offices start to open, it looks like the hybrid work model is here to stay. So it's important to ensure you have the right tools to stay efficient as you juggle working from multiple locations. Here to explain how you can incorporate products into your work routine that facilitate productivity from anywhere is Amy Lang, a hybrid worker and Senior Vice President of Marketing and Strategy at Staples U.S. Retail. Amy, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
What is the future of the workplace looking like today?
The future of the workplace is wherever you are. It's really all about flexibility. You know, we've done some surveys recently, and over 60% of the companies we surveyed said they are building remote flexibility into their work policies these days. And in fact, a Gartner study came out recently that said over 50% of the U.S. workforce will be remote in 2022 and beyond. So it absolutely is going to become part of the way that we work. And employees are really demanding it. You know, we've really appreciated, I think, having the flexibility and some control over our days over the last couple of years of being able to, you know, maybe work early in the morning, late at night, go to your kid's parent-teacher conference in the middle of the day, or take care of something at the home. And so employees really are now expecting that flexibility. And companies have really started to see that it is possible for us to be as productive, if not more productive, working remote. And I think that maybe would not have happened as quickly were it not for the coronavirus happening. But companies have really come to see that, and now they realize this is part of how they're going to retain employees. So this flexibility is absolutely going to be in the future of the way that we work.
So that being said, what are some of the problems people encounter when setting up their home offices for more long-term or for those starting a business within this climate?
Yeah, you know, and if you are starting a business, or if you're a remote worker working for a large company, in many cases, you're working out of your home. So those challenges are the same. And even 2 years in, we still see customers coming into our stores looking for some basic solutions around setting up a workspace. You know, one of the first big challenges is finding a place in your home that you can really carve out and you can make a productive space where you can get into a work mindset. You know, and if you have a study or a spare bedroom, that's fantastic. You know, my house, we don't have that. And I think most houses probably don't have that kind of space. So I've carved out a spot actually in my kids' playroom where I've used a bookshelf and a dividing wall to kind of separate it. So when I come in here, I can get into the work mindset and I feel very productive. But I also have really great tools. I've got a Wi-Fi extender, so I've got strong Wi-Fi in here. I've got a great camera, video, ring lights. I have a very comfortable chair. It took me a few goes to find this chair. And I think that's what people are realizing is, like, as they go and they realize that this is going to be long term, they're finding those tools that really work for them. But that is going to continue to be a challenge for folks.
What are solutions for those with hybrid models or that might be working on the go as well?
Yeah, so hybrid work is now really coming into the fore. This is an evolving challenge. You know, just in the last couple months, I've started going back to the office a few days a week, and other companies are starting to call their employees back in for a few days. And this is challenging because I've got my whole setup, but now I have to pack and unpack it, and I don't want to forget things. So there are some great products on the market. One that I've been using a lot is this mobile workstation. It's a very slim briefcase, and I put in here all my notebooks, my files, my pens. I just slide my laptop in there. And when I get to the office, I actually don't have to unpack it. I open it up and it is my workspace. And I can take it to a coffee shop. I can take it to the airport. Everything's in there. I don't risk forgetting anything. It's super flexible. I love that. Another tool that I've been using a lot is this foldable keyboard. So I take my daughters to their dance classes twice a week. And so I'm sitting in the waiting room for an hour, kind of killing time, and I don't have a spot to put my laptop. So I bring my phone and I can respond to longer emails. Using the keyboard is much easier for me. And that can be a really productive hour for me getting caught up. So it's really about what works for you, what do you need in your life and your work, and finding those tools at work. And Staples, we've just introduced a whole new line of products we call instant office products that support this kind of work. So there's lots out there to take advantage of.
Well, these are some really great ideas to help increase efficiency on the go. What about small businesses and entrepreneurs? How can they set up their home offices for success as well?
Yeah, so, small businesses have a lot of the same challenges remote offices do in terms of just finding a space and being productive, but they have additional challenges. One is taking payment. So, how do small businesses sell their product? They need to be able to take credit card payment. And it has always been a little bit challenging for small businesses. There's a new product we carry at Staples called the SumUp Plus Reader. This is great. It's a very inexpensive, no monthly fees. This is only $19. And you can take credit card payment. And so you can look like a big business on day one, whether you're in your garage or you're at a coffee shop or a farmer's market. Another great tool for small businesses is using digital marketing. So we carry the Tazumi Vlogger Kit, and it's a little stand and a light and a microphone. And so just using your phone, you can film a really high quality digital video that you could put on Facebook. And again, a small business, you can look very credible and you can have really great marketing elements on day one. And those kinds of things are now available in a way that they just weren't a couple years ago.
What are final key takeaways you want people to know about the future of our work model and workers' needs?
Yeah, so the future of work is here, and it is all about flexibility. And so as employees, we need to embrace this and really find that new balance in our lives. We have a lot more control, a lot more tools. We can work the way we want on the go. Let's take advantage of that, and really kind of use those tools to make sure that our days are the way that we want them to be. It's really nice to have a little bit of flexibility and control. And for companies, they have a great opportunity to help their employees boost morale, retain, be happier by enabling this, giving them that flexibility and making these tools available to them. So check out staplesconnect.com for great ideas and tools. Go to a Staples store. There are lots of options, different ways that you can make this new hybrid work model work for you.
Well, thank you so much, Amy Lang. Really appreciate this important discussion about how the workforce is working today and making wherever we are work for us. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me.